Hello guys, recently I came across this article which shook me so much that I decided to shoot a video and read it for you and comment it for you. It's kind of like Pavelas Reacts, but mostly it's the thoughts of the author Mensur Durakovic about the reality of software development jobs. Because quite a lot of people come to market expecting something from the jobs, but in reality on the ground, what's inside of that company when they get that job is quite different from what they were promised by the company or by job description or by general articles about software development. So let's quickly go through those 10 reality checks. First, college will not prepare you for the job. And this is very logical. By the way, I graduated from college. I do have a bachelor degree. I barely finished that and I never actually had to use it in practice. Mostly because the curriculum taught in college is naturally obsolete from the current job market, especially in the web development, which is rapidly changing every year. So curriculums by colleges and universities are naturally older. Of course, it depends on the niche. Maybe for data science and algorithms and machine learning, which is coming back to market, it's more appropriate because they teach you algorithms and modeling and stuff like that and math. But still, it will give you more theory and the real jobs will ask you for practice. So that's why online courses became so popular. And this is the main advice by the author. You have to put extra work while you are in the college or outside of college. Code yourself, practice, and then prepare for the job. Reality check number 2. What is the main difference between courses or universities or whatever? You have so-called Greenfield projects like Hello World and let's start from scratch and let's build the project step by step. In reality, when you get the job, you usually land on already existing code written by someone else with a lot of dependencies on third-party libraries, and then you have to kind of swim inside and get familiar with all the ecosystem so you don't start fresh. Sometimes you do, but in many cases you do not. So this is a great cartoon. What is a legacy project setup? So you have some kind of button which relies on Stack Overflow answers, database security layer, logic with broken windows by someone else, then third party here, clouds here, some kind of cow here, no idea what's behind that idea, and then everything is tied together behind the cloud, and then a new developer comes in. How hard can it be to master that project? This is a pretty realistical cartoon. And quite often I get these comments on YouTube like how to solve my problem because I landed on a project which I don't understand. And this often happens with junior developers especially, and it's hard for them to actually learn on the job, but that's in most cases what you need to mentally prepare for. Point number 3 is nobody gives a damn about your clean code. And this is kind of controversial, but it is explained really well by the author because no manager, no business owner will praise you for clean code because, well, it is expected. And clean code, which means readable, maintainable, and extendable and stuff like that, all those buzzwords, is appreciated only by two kinds of people: your technical colleagues or managers and future developers who would need to work with that code, which may include yourself in the future. If you expect your managers, business guys, to appreciate that you spent a few more hours cleaning up and refactoring, you would be disappointed. They will always push you for new features, more tasks completed and stuff like that. And you need to take care of the quality of the code kind of in silence, in your internal world, so to speak, and your satisfaction should come from the knowledge that whoever touches your code in half year or later would be okay with maintaining that. Point number 4 is about people and teamwork. A lot of people who want to become software engineers and developers imagine the scenario that they sit down in their IDE, PHP Storm or whatever, and just code for 8 hours building the project. In reality, you will work with people, your managers, your clients, your teammates, senior or junior, and people are unpredictable. This point is about incompetent people, but I would generalize it even more that you would need to have communication skills, soft skills, sometimes psychology skills, how to present the information, how to get the information, how to convince someone to do something for you, how to ask questions correctly and stuff like that. And sometimes you would be disappointed by other people not doing their job properly. But then it's on you to somehow get out of the situation on top. And this is not about coding at all, and this is so unexpected for many software engineers who then go and rant on Reddit or elsewhere telling horror stories about their unnamed colleagues. And that's why we have so many memes on the internet, because that's reality of software jobs or any jobs in a team. So you should be, again, mentally prepared for that as well. Point number 5 is about meetings. And this, of course, depends on the company, and this got a little better in recent years when it became such a meme that even company owners and directors starting to realize they need to save their time, because time is money, including the time of developers. So that's why these days we have stand-up meetings, quick Zoom calls, or asynchronous communication, but it depends on the company. In some companies, you do need to get used to just being in meetings, and the worst part of that, I've been there actually. I've been in corporate environment for a few years in London. That's what actually happened. I was just sitting there doing nothing, listening for some presentation of a manager who didn't really ask me for any input, so I felt really badly, and that was part of the reason why I left that company after some time. Of course, if you get paid for those hours, maybe no big deal, but I wanted to create something more meaningful than just sit in meetings. And actually, I see this video already takes too long, so let's just briefly run through those 6 to 10, and I will link the original articles so you will read them in full. So prepare to be asked for estimates a lot of times. Then number 7 is about bugs. Half of your work or even more will be about fighting bugs instead of creating something. Then you will always be uncertain about something, whether your code will work, whether someone will deliver, and stuff like that. Then disconnecting from your job is kind of a skill, so come back from work and not think about any coding problem. For some people, it's pretty hard. And then the last one, which I partially mentioned a few times, that soft skills will give you more benefit than good technical skills. This is also a controversial thought, but the author explains it really well. So yeah, what do you think about those ideas? I really like this article. I rarely take article and make video out of that, especially if it's not about Laravel or coding in technical terms. But similarly to soft skills, I think discussing those issues and those reality checks are as important on this channel about Laravel as the Laravel topics themselves. What do you think about any of those points? Not sure which ones you want to discuss, or maybe you have your own horror stories without mentioning any names? Shoot everything in the comments below. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.